And we're live, people. We're going live. Oh, people are here. I just haven't seen anybody in the chat. Hello. Hello, my peoples. Let me know when you're here, or if you're here. I only see I see people, but I don't see comments. There we go. Hello, Blake. I'm going on Instagram now too. Here we go. Here we go. Checking Instagram. Hi, Bryson. And hi, everyone on Instagram. Hey, Pete and Streamer Man. Streamer Man, which advice in particular do you like? If you guys say I like advice, I don't know which you're referring to, because I talk a lot and I need to know what you want, what works and what doesn't in particular. So today I thought I'd talk to you guys about, first of all, a little catch up of what's been going on in my life. Yesterday, the episode that I filmed with my son on Tosh.0 was on Comedy Central. So if you go to Comedy Central, you'll find out, you can see the recap of my interview on Tosh.0. It was pretty funny. So check that out for sure. Comedy Central, Tosh.0, you'll see me. It's like right there when you go on the thing. It's pretty cool. Thank you from all over the world right now. I appreciate you, all the compliments and everything else that you guys always say. I thought I'd talk to you today about what would be the best things to say if you wanted to attract an older woman, because I think a lot of people, someone needs advice, Mac Jones. So a lot of people ask me, what do I say? I know, especially if they say something about, well, you're younger enough to be my son. How do I respond to that? What do I say? What do I do to get her to take me seriously? And I think the main thing that I can tell you is just talk to them like other people, don't be intimidated. Just say things to them like that you would say to the bartender or to a person that you've already known for a while. In other words, talk about the things that are in your surroundings, or if you want to get something specific for that person, talk about their earrings, or talk about, ask them their opinion on an issue. Or if you really get into a conversation, ask them what their hobbies, passions, desires, goals, anything that would be more thought-provoking. What you don't want to do, major don't do this. Don't talk about money either. Don't don't comment on their body. Don't comment on the body. The body's a bad idea. When you just comment, when you look at them and go, someone wrote to me that they said they walked up to some woman and said, oh, you've got a very curvaceous body. Nobody wants to hear that, because it's just kind of like treating the person like an object instead of a person. So I guess the main thing I'm trying to say is, if you're going to talk to someone older, wiser, possibly cooler than you think you are, make sure that you just talk like you talk to anybody else. Don't let your thoughts get into, oh my God, if I say this, she's going to think this. Don't worry about that. You got to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just have to take the risk and get out of your head and go with it. So what do you guys think about that? And what else do you want to know about talking to women in general? Give me your lines or tips or what you think. Let's see. I'm finding it hard in my current relationship. Mac Jones, Edward Mac Jones. What's difficult about your relationship? Maybe we can talk about that. Let me know here. Because relationships are all difficult. I got to tell you, they're not easy. It's a constant, struggle to be on the same page. It's really important that you guys talk constantly and communicate whatever's going on. No, I will not let you be in the live video, mainly because every time I do that, I'm sorry, because somebody starts doing something perverted, like starts masturbating or something like that. And I just like, oh God, I'm freaked out and I have to shut down the whole thing. So no, I will not let you join, even if you have something really important that you want to say. Joju, telling her you want to go at it like minks is probably not the best idea either. Let's say, yeah. Okay. So anyhow, what else is going on? What do you want me to talk about? More of what I've been doing in my life is, so I was on that Tosh.0 episode. I was also, I've been back and forth from Chicago to LA to Chicago to LA. I was on Second City, if you didn't know that, or we were in the main stage at Second City in Chicago. We performed live in Los Angeles with the I'm Sorry Dad podcast at the Improv Lab. So I've been really super busy, having fun, but that's why I haven't been on live for a long time. So if you like these live streams, put thumbs up there. And if you haven't joined me on Patreon, patreon.com/KarenLee, I'm definitely more active there than I would be here, because that way I can message you back and forth of any questions, personal questions that you haven't been able to ask in this public forum. You talk small talk at the start, then slowly build to talk more about a lot of things until you can build her trust up. That's right, Wallace 56. I'm going to pin that. Here we go, pinning it, pin. All right. I'll probably end up like repeating that 10 times. Someone else got a better idea of how to talk to women? Lay it on me, baby. Let's see. Okay. I've been very busy, Bryson. Yes. You've been Streamer Man said, you've given me good advice in the past and I tried to roll with it. And thank you for your advice. Now get advice. You gave me similar stuff you just suggested now, and it was a good advice. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. And basically, I think you need to just focus on the person intently and make that person feel super special. So if you look at them in the eye, I mean, this is like common courtesy. If you don't look at your phone, don't look above her, like to see if there's anything better around. If there's a better looking woman there that you want to hit on, don't do any of that. I had a guy that was constantly like talking to me and like looking at his phone. And it was like very annoying to me that he was very disrespectful. So yeah, those are kind of the things you don't want to do, but the kinds of things you do want to do is just take a risk and ask a question. You're never gonna, it's like if you ask questions and you're curious, it's always gonna be good. Let's see. Wish me luck on my finals. Sir Lockenbottom, what are you taking finals on? What subject? And I, of course, wish you luck, but if you studied, you don't need luck. I remember those days, trust me. What do you want to as an older woman? What do you want to as an older woman and a younger man? What do you look for? So that's a good question, Benson. Actually, I'm taking some of these. I'm taking notes because my book is going to be out one of these years, and so I am taking notes on questions that you guys ask. And what do I look for in a younger man? Okay, so if I was single, which as you know I'm not, but if I was single, these are the following things that I look for in a younger man. Number one, I look for confidence. It's really important that the person is self-assured and confident. I don't want some like snivelly little guy that just doesn't, is too shy to even look me in the eye. I mean, it's you can be a quieter person, but you need to, and being a great listener is also excellent. That's number two. I'm going to write these things down so we can go back and forth, but confidence and listening skills are important, and asking the right questions. But what I'm looking for is someone who is exciting, fun, being in good shape, like not like letting yourself go, like, sitting on the couch playing video games and eating chips, it's not a turn on for women. Okay. So if you take pride in your appearance, work out, you don't have to be the best looking dude on the planet, but you have to look really like you're taking care of yourself. So I'm looking for that. This is all hypothetical. I'm looking for the physical stuff. I'm looking for the mental stuff. Someone who can carry on a conversation, someone who has personality, someone who's funny. Intelligence is great, but funny, I like someone who's funny. It just use your sense of humor. If you've got a sense of humor, use it. Take whatever attributes you have, which everybody has great attributes here. I know you do. Take whatever you have and use it. Hey, Karen, do you want to go out with me on a date sometime? No, thank you. But I appreciate the offer. Let's see. All right, where was I? Fazzy, long time no see. Yeah, I explained that earlier that I've been super busy. But if you like these live streams, make sure to give a thumbs up. If you don't, leave. Oh, Pete Walsh again he super chat me every time, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It makes me feel so good. Pete, longtime patron, wonderful man. What do we got to ask? If I find out my lady has a long-term boyfriend and she continues to pursue me for intimacy, me being a single guy goes and has an intimacy with this woman pretty much makes me a piece of crap. Does it make you a piece of crap? No, of course it doesn't make anybody a piece of crap, especially one that super chats me for $10. Just kidding. First of all, a long-term boyfriend, what does that mean? It might be that things are not great. I think the most important thing, besides labeling yourself as something that you're not, is to just talk to the person and find out, well, if she's got a long-term boyfriend, why is she pursuing you? And if she is pursuing you, maybe that boyfriend and her aren't all that solid. So I think most important thing for you right now, Pete, is to don't think of yourself as a piece of crap. Think of yourself as this woman obviously is interested in you, and find out why she's interested in you and what's going on with this boyfriend. This just happened recently where someone else told me the almost exact situation. He just stayed in the picture. You got to be careful if you're dealing with married men. That's another story. But if there's, it's just a boyfriend situation, he just stayed around. And guess what? Now they're dating hot and heavy. So hope that helps. Not sure if that is exactly what you were looking for an answer, but please don't ever call yourself a piece of crap. That's not something that I would ever think that you should call yourself. Anybody else has ideas for Pete here? Cheryl, weigh in. How you doing? Let me know what you think as far as like Pete goes. If there's a woman that's pursuing him who's got a boyfriend, what's going on there? Obviously, I have a feeling that she is interested because she's not 100% with what she's got going on. How do younger guys treat older women? With respect. So that was another thing I forgot to mention. Sense of humor, respect. I think it is, let's see, who's the guy who wrote They Serve Beer in Hell? He said, I was going to say Peter Max, but he said, if you want, women who want respect have to expect respect. You can't demand, if you don't demand respect, you're not going to get it from anybody. So it's very important that you respect the older, whoever you're dealing with first and foremost. That's what I would have to say about that. Karen, how do you like the direct approach? I'm more of a fan of it. Intellect and overthink. Oh, I'm more of a fan Marco's saying I'm more of an intellect and overthink things. For example, I would have the bartender slide them a cocktail and tell them it's from me as an opening. How does it work for you, Marco? I have no problem with that. If you want to sneak it in that way, that's not a problem. If maybe they don't want another drink, so maybe I don't know. It really depends. I think it's just the most important thing would be like, how are you going to go over there after she gets this drink? Or maybe it's just a little wink at her after she gets the drink. What do you do next after that? Eventually you need to make a move, right? And have a conversation. But I think that's not a bad idea. What can I do to get an older woman with me? I tried to be, she tells my name, and then like, I try to be, she tell my name, and then ask questions like you said. They still turn me down. What can I do to get them to go out? So, first of all, it's a numbers game. No matter how many people it just, you never know which person is going to be like the one. Oh yeah, maybe I'd like to start talking to this guy. So don't give up on just one or two. Keep going. I mean, don't make it obvious, but keep going. And the questions are super important. Um, and just the listening skills. And if they keep turning you down, eventually you'll find someone who's going to be open to it. It just really depends on, how many you really actually are approaching. Let's see. What does it say? Makes you a chump, not a piece of crap. Oh, we're talking probably about what the conversation was before. Let's see. Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So where was I with my Instagram people here? I'm trying to go back and forth. See my message, babe. Do old women like old guys? Lewis. I'm sure there's most people love like the people that are in their age range. So I mean, I like the individual. So if the person's older, as long as that there's a connection and a chemistry. By the way, that's another thing. Another thing would be chemistry. That's probably the number one thing. There has to be some sort of chemistry, whether it's mental, physical, something has to be connecting you to this other person. So for the person who just asked me that, streamer man, yeah, you just have to find the right chemistry, the right connection. And maybe don't go after, like, think about who you're approaching. Are you approaching a group of women at once, or it's just one or two? Are you walking up to one person, and if she doesn't give you any kind of feedback, leaving the bar? I mean, what are you doing? I need more information. Hello, Queen. How's it going? Hi, Rafi. And hi, Mr. Pirate Brain. You saw your commercial with Tosh.0 and it cracked me up. I don't have cable anymore, so I missed the show. It's going to be on, I'm going to get you guys, somehow or another, I'm going to get the copy of the Tosh.0 episode from last night. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I will get it, and I will link it, and I'll show little excerpts from it. It actually was longer than I thought it was going to be. We were interviewed for like an hour and a half with Daniel Tosh. It was pretty cool. It was exciting. Tucker Max, that's what I was thinking. I was saying Tucker Max is the one who demands respect. I knew it would come back to me sometime, but I just didn't know when. He's the one who wrote They Serve Beer in Hell, and he just said if women don't demand respect, they're not going to get it. So I think, for streamer man, just keep working at it. Rome didn't happen in a day. Try, and then try some more. Just if you are not like in a bar setting, if you're in a gym, or if you're in a coffee shop, or if you're walking down the street, just talk to people and say hello. And if someone has a tattoo, it's a great conversation piece. I don't know why I poked over here. It could be tattoo here. But thank you, Mr. Firebrain. My name is Kyle, by the way. I haven't had a chance to ask any questions, but I will soon. I don't have a way to send you some funds, but I'm into older women and I have been in relationships. Thank you for stating that, Kyle. But I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. Pete's saying about this relationship, she has a 4-year relationship. I feel if she cheats on him with me and I go along with it, that I will reap what I sow if I get cheated on behind my back in a relationship. And I always said, and my philosophy is always once a cheat, always a cheat. But I don't know if that's true anymore. I'm kind of reevaluating that. I think every relationship is different, and maybe whatever reason, she doesn't have a really good, honest connection with this particular guy. And maybe she won't cheat with the next guy because she has a different connection, or maybe she won't cheat with you. So I don't know if that's the case. I really wouldn't worry about it. I think what right now you need to think about is how you can open the conversation up with her, Pete. Open up and talk to her. It's super important that you're honest about how you feel, and tell her what you just told me, that, hey, if you're cheating on your boyfriend with me, how do I know if we start dating that you're not going to cheat on me? See what she says. Daniel, I have luck getting older women's number and talking and excited, but I can never seal the deal. Okay. So you get the woman's number and you get talking and excited, but you can never seal the deal. Well, what have you done? Have you been able to get her by herself anywhere? What if you just ask her out for a drink? What if you got a number, then call and ask for a drink, or text her and ask for a drink, or however you communicate with her, ask for a drink, or ask for a cup of coffee, and or ask to take a walk in the parks, or ask her to have a just a glass of wine together. Whatever it is, just figure out a way that you can get her alone. If you mean seal the deal is getting her alone, that's some of the suggestions I have. What would you do, Marco? No, wait. I'm sorry, Daniel. What would you do if she said yes? What would you do next? So just see if you can get a date with her. That would be a good suggestion. Just see if you can get her out of wherever the environment is and somewhere where you're more comfortable. Pick some place comfortable, by the way. Don't pick something that's like way out of your means or someplace you would never frequent because you feel even more out of place. Let's see. I don't know how you can get in the porn industry, whoever's asking that. Can you wink at me? Angel. There we go. There's my wink at Angel. I would like to ask how to put a relationship as friendship. I don't know what you mean. Let's see, Daniel, you've hung out at their place, made out, everything, but that's it. Oh, so we're talking, how do we move to more of a sexual? So after the makeout, what happens? Why does she say, what happens next? Are you trying to make the moves? How about a massage? Yes, to give her a massage. That's always a winner with me. Jeff, Pete, forget about her, bro. She doesn't give a fuck about you. She wants her boyfriend, and she's using you as leverage against him. If she liked you more than him, it'd be the other way around. Jeff is pretty sure about that. I don't know. I think it's just a matter of talking. You need to communicate. Everything in life has to be communicated. That's why I do my podcast, Sex Talk with My Mom, so we can open up the communication. If you can communicate about anything, then you're that much ahead of the game, right? That's what's so interesting about people, is that as we get more and more into our phones and texting and stuff like that, we stop communicating. We need to start communicating. Hello, my friends. How is everyone doing? 2JZ. Okay. Let's see. Have a wonderful day. How can I ask a lady if we're dating and want a foot job? Communicate. Everybody has different likes and desires and fetishes, and I like to call them preferences. So just ask. Just say, hey, or maybe try it on her first, or just hold her foot and tell her how beautiful her foot is and see where that goes. Take baby steps. I was talking to someone the other day about wanting to move into more of opening up their relationship or their marriage. And the way you do this, how do you open up that conversation? If you want to invite someone else into your sex life, that's a tough one. So much. Hi, I'm 19 and my hot beauty neighbor is 43. I have a feeling that she was flirting with me a lot. I would love to have a sexual relationship with her, but I don't know if this would be because she's a neighbor. I'm glad so much that you are thinking about the consequences of your actions, because it is important to think, well, if this doesn't work out, I got to see this woman every day down the street. So again, I don't know how often you're in your neighborhood or how close your neighborhood is. Are you guys all outside all night, all day long partying together, or are you just coming and going and never barely seeing each other? But I think the point is that it sounds like a fun opportunity. It's just a question of if you guys can do it, and then talk about what would happen if it didn't work out. Maybe talk about that first, and what would happen if you guys had some sort of chemistry or sexual thing going on and then it didn't work out. Would you be able to still maintain this healthy neighbor relationship? Let's see. Streamer man, don't be afraid I'm not afraid. Think how many women who rejected me tell that guy to be more open and communicate with his woman, and good things will happen just like you told me. Perfect. Hi, CKA85. Well, usually is by having a perfect combination in relationship. Pete, thanks, Jeff, MCI. Your thoughts I appreciate. So I'm glad you guys are supporting each other. Jeff, MCI, yeah. Try it on her. Start fondling her crotch with your feet. That'll go over well. LOL. Karen, you're off your game today. Your advice is usually really good. LOL, no offense. I know you get trolled too. Jeff, what advice did I say that you don't like? Marco, yo, 2J, you drive a Lexus? Has it been turbocharged? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Ryan, any plans coming up? What plans do we have? We're doing more live, a lot of live stuff. We're doing a lot of podcast episodes, talking to people, like different people from all over the world about different subjects, about being gay, being straight, polyamory, different types of, check out Sex Talk with My Mom on YouTube and on Instagram, and hopefully on our podcast, because it's moving up there. But let's see. He says, what if I suddenly kiss her? Go for it. Pete, I've been in that situation for years. It took me actually seeing proof to wake up. Best of luck. Your advice to Pete was bad, and you basically just, that's so strange. Thought that was off. And you basically just told a guy to try randomly giving a chick a foot job. LOL. Jeff, not necessarily what I said. Hopefully you're not just looking at everything very literally. I did not say that there's anything, first of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with a foot job, and I think it's something that, what's important for you guys to realize as far as like any of these fetishes is that if you're in a relationship with someone and it's something that's important to you, there's nothing wrong with trying stuff like that. And a foot job is not a big deal. He did not say it's like a random person on the street that that's walking up to him and asking for a foot job. I'm assuming it's a girlfriend. It's hard with these live streams to know exactly and that's why you should join me on Patreon, because then I'm able to talk more further in more detail about what your questions are, if there's a personal question or fetish or preference that you want. So I don't have a problem with asking for a foot job from someone you're seeing. It's random in the manner that he has no idea if she'd be into it. Well, how are you going to know if someone's into it unless you talk about it? That's the thing. So when I did my live show, we did it with another podcast called I'm Sorry, Dad. I don't know if you guys have heard that, with Brandon Cavella and Raidoon, and it was at the Improv in LA, and we were talking about different fetishes and preferences and things like that. And the main thing I got out of it is that you do need to just talk about it, and there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people have some very, very strange things that they like to do. Like one of them was get into each other's underpants. I mean, apparently that's more of a common thing than I ever imagined. You didn't say to talk about it. You told them to just try it on her. LOL, I'm not hating. I love your channel. All right. Well, we're done with the criticisms for the day, because I'm not exactly sure what your problems are. But okay, Jeff, maybe you're having an off day today. D-Me, do you see a lot of older women in swinger clubs? Okay, now I've never been in a swinger club, but I'm imagining that you will see older women in swinger clubs for sure. Let's see, what else? Do you have any advice on how to start a conversation about our situation? Now, it's so much. Are we talking about the foot conversation again? No, the flirting with the neighbor. Okay, so how do you start that conversation? I mean, that's a tough conversation. Well, when you say she's flirting with you, what does flirting entail? I guess I got to ask that first. And maybe, because sometimes you might think she's flirting and she's just being friendly. So it's very difficult to be able to read someone's mind unless you have a good, clear conversation with that person. Am I going to do an interview with Stacey Burke, as she does live shows and does relationship, etc.? I haven't. No, I haven't really done. I have nothing scheduled for Stacey Burke. Not to be mean, but in chat are like amateurs. LOL, no hate. I don't know. I just feel like when a woman, I'm into, wait, I just feel when a woman is into me, I don't know what to do. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm trying to help you guys, but I'm not 100. Unfortunately, the spell check and everything gets all screwed up and I can't read what it says. Let's see. So I don't know how to start that conversation. That's a tough conversation to have with a neighbor who's 43 when you're 19. Um, Yeah. Well, I guess I need to know more about what she's done to encourage this flirtation. Maybe it's something that's in your head, or maybe that's something that she really is doing. So I don't know. I'm always about honesty and just come up right in front and just say something. Jeff, maybe you're having an off day. Okay. Ryan, there are older women in swinger clubs, but all different ages are. Yeah, Ryan, do you go to swinger clubs? Yeah, let's see. What are your thoughts on sexual and logic? Is in the logic behind someone's sexuality or the type of sexual lifestyle? Um, hmm. I think there is probably reasons why people are have sexual preferences. Maybe your first girlfriend was a brunette, and you're always into brunettes after that. Maybe the first person was an older woman, and that's why a lot of guys find that older women are attractive. So yes, I think there is a psychological component to why you have a preference for what you have a preference for. Example, I heard that people that have a foot fetish many times have had like they were shy when they were growing up, and they would always look down, and they were looking at the woman's feet. So that might be why they have a preference for feet. I mean, there could be a lot of reasons behind that. Let's see. You recommend some swinger clubs chat? Let's see. Yeah. I don't know any swinger clubs around here. I haven't been involved in any of that. You got started in the lifestyle 2 years ago. How's it going for you, Ryan? You like it? Tell us about it. Okay, streamer man, just got to be honest from the get-go. Matter how crazy of a thing you want to ask, as long as you're in a relationship for a while, after it's fine, you can't be afraid. You are always going to be alone. Perfect. Thank you, streamer man. It's true. You just have to be honest, especially when it comes to sexuality. It's really important. Hey there, Jay Pizik. You have to talk and feel people's vibe. Yes, that's another thing. I know when a woman is into me, I just feel the vibe. Like even when I'm a friend, I tell them I like to look at that girl. She's going to come and ask for something, and bada bing, bada boom. Peace out to you guys, to TJ. So yeah, I gotta get running, but let's see. I have to run. Sorry, CK85, that your YouTube wasn't working properly, but it says Benson's asking, why do older women have a higher sex drive? I don't know that they do. I think maybe one of the reasons is they're single and they've just been in a long-term relationship after being, maybe married or in a relationship. So they want something different than what they had, and they get very into having sex. Could be. How did you get famous? I didn't know I was famous. Let's see. I've been working at talking to people online about what it's like to be with. I started talking about, hey, Jeff, MCI, $2. All right. That was very sweet, and thank you. And I hope you have a better day. I'm trying real hard here. And yes, sometimes my advice is not what you agree with, but that's a very sweet way to make amends there. And you're welcome to give me advice anytime you want as well. It's just for everyone who knows. I do have a master's in social work. However, that does not mean that I know everything and everything about life, and it doesn't mean I'm giving counseling here. I'm just giving my advice as a woman. So I started talking on the internet I was trying to I first started looking on the internet for older women's advice for me when I became single, because I don't know if you guys all know that I lost my husband after 24 years of marriage, and I was single, and then I was like, what do I do? I couldn't find anything on the internet. So I figured, well, I've had a lot of experience with dating. I will go and start my own channel. And it turned out that instead of having mostly women that I thought I was going to be helping, I had all these guys that are like your guys' age, in your 18 to 35-year-old range or older, but mostly men wanting to know about older women's advice. So that's how I started this channel, Karen Lee Love, and that's why I do Sex Talk with My Mom, the podcast. Michelle, you look stunning. Thank you. Love the honesty. You're welcome. I mean, I love you too, Jeff. Ryan, it's been okay. Met some really good people and can speak in or act comfortably about sexuality. No pressure environment. Okay, so he's talking about the swinger parties. So apparently, and this is common that I hear from a lot of people, when you go to a swinger party, you become much more open with your partner that you might bring there, and also much more open about talking about sex in general, which I think the world needs to start doing. First time I saw you was when you did an interview with Nina Hartley. I love her. She's a good friend of mine. She's a great, brilliant woman. She's probably the smart. Well, I think she might be the smartest woman I know. Maybe the smartest person I know. Nina Hartley. She's iconic porn star. Very, very bright woman. Knows more about sex than any person I know. And I love the girl. She's very sweet. And by the way, if you want to hear a funny podcast, go to Sex Talk with My Mom, my podcast, because I talk about my day with Nina and her partner when we went to pedicures, and then we went to a Korean spa. And if you guys want a good laugh, go and listen to that one. It's on Sex Talk with My Mom, the podcast. The links are in the description box here on YouTube, and also it's on Instagram. You're welcome for following you, Juju. Stupid. Don't call yourself stupid. Oh, Juju isn't stupid. Good. Glad you're not stupid. Let's see. What is this saying? Talk to the audience about our secret love story. Okay. Comfortably. Time to see the gastroenterologist. Oh, you guys are funny. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring anybody's comments, but I'm just trying to read all these things. Don't ignore. What about Lana Del Rey? I'm not friends with every porn star out there. I'm not a porn star. This is one person that I really respect and admire, and as a friend of mine. So I did meet her through this show, though. Super busy with stuff, good, exciting stuff for you guys. So I've been doing a lot of live stuff, but I've also done so many podcast episodes. I'm going to be on a podcast called Storyworthy, which is an interesting story. I will tell the story about how I lost my virginity the second time around. So check out Storyworthy. If you really want to find out what's going on, just follow me on Instagram. Instagram is where Karen Lee Love. I'll talk to you. I'll show you my daily life, and then I tell you, the things that I've been on that I think you guys have been interested in. Now I'm not single. Let's see. How am I doing? As Lee Foe, I'm doing great. Doing good. Hello to Alexander Madrid. You're welcome for following you. I will give a shout out and follow pretty much. If you join me on Patreon, for sure, you get a shout out. I do want to shout out to all my patrons because I do love them so much. And I just actually, every time I receive a new patron, I always get like totally excited, like Pete and some of the other people here. You passed my question if you scroll it up. Ryan, can you copy and paste it and put it down here because there's too many other things that are going on. Sorry about that. So what do you say about dad bods, like not fit but good looking? I think dad bods are fine. I mean, like I said before, I don't think anybody's looking for like someone who's like jacked up and just all about steroids and all this other stuff. I think most women are interested in the ability to be confident both inside and outside. That's really what's so important. That's the biggest turn on for you, probably for older women, right? You're turned on by a woman who has confidence in them and a funny personality and someone who's exciting, not someone who's shy and introverted and worried about like what people are going to think, so don't worry about a dad bod. Worry about making that dad bod the best it can be for your own self-image. That is important for you. If you were like thinking that it's okay to just keep eating crap and getting fatter and don't take care of yourself, it ends up coming out that that's why people are not attracted to something like that. But it's really for you that you should care about your body, not for anybody else but you. Mr. T. Ross, shaming can be bad, but don't you think shame also plays an important role? Like when people engage in shameful behavior, I feel like we have a shameless problem these days. Mr. T. Ross, what are you referring to specifically? 'Cause I personally feel like you know what's shameful and you shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, let's see. Uh, Please ignore. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Eric. Let's see. So what do you say? Oh, here we go. Uh, to Jay, you've been complimented about my dad bod a lot. LOL. I love my dad bod. That's great. You're not fat, but you have just like maybe you're not like stick skinny in your late teens. That's not a turn on for a lot of people. So there's nothing wrong with a dad bod. So much, so much. You actually give lots of helpful advice, and being in my situation, I find out uh, for your channel, and I'm first time seeing you on a live stream. Join me on Patreon then. If you like me, go to patreon.com/KarenLee. It's all the way at the top of the stream. Eric, here we go. I actually like the softer disposition of older women, not so much their confidence. Really? Second question, are you available? Alex, what was the first question? How can I meet a sexy cougar like yourself in Los Angeles? A lot of people ask that too. You can meet older women anywhere. Just try to think about where older women would hang out and go there. That's the most important thing. Just put yourself out there and don't sit home. Bet you're amazing in bed. Why do you bet that? The only reason that I'd be amazing in bed is because I would know what I wanted and then I would talk about it. It's super important to talk about what you know about yourself because no two people are alike, right? Everybody likes something different. You know what you are hot. Thank you. Try Tinder, go out to relax places. 2J. Yeah, so if you go on these dating apps and you put in the dating app, I like older women, don't put in like I want someone in their early 20s. Put in I want someone 35 and up and see what happens. If you love mature women, Gilberto, let's see. How many of these younger women are uber confident, more annoying than sexy? I don't know, Eric. How many? How do I convince older women to go to bed with me? Diamond David. You shouldn't have to convince. This older woman should want to go to bed with you. Okay? So it's a question of just being self-confident and having them want to be with you. The most important thing is just start by kissing. Take baby steps. Like make out with someone. See where that goes. And then offer the massage, which I recommended for the guy earlier. Alex, I'm not available. Let's see. There you go. Oh, 2J. Exactly what I was saying. Don't convince somebody to go to bed with you. Be friends with them first. Perfect. All right, you guys, I got to go. I got a meeting I got to go to. I just realized what time it is. I went way over time. I normally never go past the 30-minute mark, but I went to almost 45 minutes. So, love you guys so much. Thank you all for joining in. If you're watching this later on, make sure to give a thumbs up. Go check us out on Tosh.0 and subscribe on YouTube and to the podcast Sex Talk with My Mom. It's really funny. I was nervous, but it turned out it was really, really funny. So if you haven't seen the little blurbs that I've been putting on all over the place on Facebook and Instagram and everything else about my episode with Tosh.0, check it out. It's really, really funny. And I was scared, but it was funny. I love you guys. Bye. Thank you all for joining me. And thank you for the super chats, Pete and MC and whatever. Bye-bye.